Hi, in this video, you will find out ways of boosting your productivity as an iPhone user using the iCloud web. This is something that very few iPhone users are familiar with, and if you weren't fully aware of it, then trust me, you are in for a total treat. iCloud is essentially known to iPhone users as a means to back up your contacts, photos, and sync your files across all Apple devices. But that is just tip of the iceberg. You see, Apple has been working on this for some time, but they do not actively talk about it. However, iCloud on the web is incredibly powerful. To fully utilize it, all you need is a screen and an internet connection. It works as simple as going to iCloud.com from any browser and logging in. On default screen, you will find apps that you're familiar with, but in a completely new environment. Typically, you will be able to use this for calendar, contacts, mail, and photos. But where it takes off in terms of high-level productivity is when you try to open an iCloud Drive file. For example, when I try to open this Pages file, iCloud opens it in Pages, which is created for web. And this is where it gets interesting. This isn't simply a preview environment. You can absolutely edit, make changes, add additional content, and it all operates as if you are using it on a MacBook. Indeed, this is a trimmed down version of Pages, but it is more than enough to open up and work from anywhere in the world. Let me show you another example of this in Keynote. As you know, Keynote is the default presentation application on MacBooks. But what if you don't own a Mac and you only have an iPhone? Well, worry not. You can still use Keynote right inside the browser. And it isn't a dumbed down version. It is very usable. It has all the typical templates of a Keynote to begin your presentation, decent functionalities for formatting text and fonts, adding shapes, icons, animations, as well as slide transitions. One of the best use cases is to open up a Keynote presentation and present it right in the browser. Can be very helpful for video calls. Notes app is also available here in a scaled view and has limited built-in functionality. It is good enough to write using a full-fledged keyboard on a large display, but you cannot use sketch, markups, or add pictures. You can view them, but not really edit anything in this view. Another interesting functionality built into the iCloud on the web is the ability to find your device linked to your account. Through this functionality, you can check if your device or your family devices are offline or online along with their locations. In case if you lose a device, this can be very handy. You can either play a sound on the device to locate if it's misplaced somewhere nearby, or you can activate the lost mode. There are only 3 things that someone can do with an iPhone found in a lost mode. Unlock the device using the passcode, view the contact details on locked screen if you've provided any, and contact the owner using another phone, or make and receive calls. All notifications, apps, and system functionalities are absolutely disabled. In worst situations, you can also erase all content of your device right from here in the browser. I'm sure that will be a very sad day, and it will take a lot to make you happy. But nothing would make me more happier than seeing you hit that subscribe button. Indeed, the Photos app is another great way to enjoy your photos or share them on large screens simply by accessing them on the web. No transfer or AirPlay required. However, there is no edit functionality built in, so you do feel restricted. It's something so obvious that Apple should have added to this experience. So let me take all of this with a pinch of salt. Apple wants you to have an experience, but it's only a starter kit. They could have done more in this direction and brought full-scale application to the web experience like Office 365 applications or Google Slides and Google Docs. But hey, if Apple starts doing that, it will put a serious dent in the MacBook sales. Because many trends shows that Apple users start with an iPhone and eventually land up getting a Mac because of the familiarity of the environment. But this isn't really that bad, especially considering it's free. Well, at least up to 5 GB of space. If you have to quickly make some changes to a number file, it would be really convenient to open it over here, edit it inside any browser without always having an access to a Mac. You can also expand the storage to 50 GB as well for approximately $1, and that will add some additional interesting features. Most of these other paid features will not really change my use case of iCloud, but the family sharing space of 50 GB will be a total blessing. Both my wife and I can use the space for pictures and backups. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're interested in more content like this, check out the video on Samsung Desk. I'll see you in the next one.